thank you all so much for coming along and, logging in to listen to us talk about harnessing neurodivergent talent to overcome the Great Resignation. My name's Emma. I work for Wrangham and I am their solutions manager for EMEA, which supports all things neurodiversity in the workplace. So essentially, I work with businesses to encourage and empower them to attract, recruit, and retain autistic and neurodivergent talent within their business. Now, today, I want to talk to you all about how harnessing neurodivergent talent can really help you overcome the Great Resignation. I imagine the reason you have logged in and are listening to this is because yourself or your business has felt the impact of the Great Resignation over the past few years, and probably felt the impacts more keenly if you're in an industry that was already impacted by Brexit. So I'm going to talk to you for about 20 minutes, and hopefully by the end of it, you will be motivated and passionate about how you as a business might be able to access neurodivergent talent to bridge some of those skills gaps. So, let's look at what the impact of the Great Resignation has been on businesses. So a recent study done by Randstad showed that 1 in 4 workers were currently looking to leave their job, with 69% of these feeling confident about finding a new role and 24% feeling confident about leaving in the next 6 months. This study was done on 6,000 people, so that's a huge percentage of people either looking to leave and confident that they will be leaving. The average cost to your business for every person that leaves is about £25,000, which is huge. And if all of those 69% of that 6,000 people surveyed left, the total cost to businesses would be 103 million. It's just scandalous, and something that we really, really need to look to prevent, not only from a cost basis, but actually from a talent basis. Those people that leave will take it with them huge knowledge and huge talent. So whilst they go, you're going to have to retrain and, reskill up new staff coming in. The impact of the Great Resignation also is quite keenly felt within the millennials and Generation Z market and talent coming into the business, with 77% of millennials looking to leave, 74% of Generation Z looking to leave, and a recent study done by PwC, the link's just at the bottom, so if you want to look into these studies a little further, they estimate that failure to retain talent has a total cost to business of 42 billion. So really, there is no excuse to start looking at different talent pools to try and recover some of those costs. So why are people leaving? Well, this slide shows, I love a word cloud. So this slide shows, the types of things that were showing up when we did research into this area. And the key themes really shone through. So those were, lack of opportunities, lack of recognition, the company culture, engagement, development, feeling valued. Everything was really based on, missions and values of organizations. And very interestingly, salary actually was quite low in people's reasons for leaving. So whilst that's amazing that we've got this incredible workforce that are looking for those values, it does pose a slight, a bigger challenge for businesses when looking to attract talent, because it's not just about offering the highest salary anymore. It's about offering those values that will make people feel like they're going to work and actually giving back in some way. So why neurodiversity? Well, neurodiversity is completely intersectional. It doesn't discriminate between race, gender, sexual orientation. It covers everything. So by looking at neurodivergence from that fundamental point of view, you're kind of starting to build a level of accessibility and inclusion that will filter into all other areas of diversity within your business. We know diversity and inclusion strategies and initiatives are becoming kind of businesses, the forefront of business strategies. A recent study looked at accessibility and inclusion, and actually this was at the top of candidates' wish lists, with 99% of millennials and the Generation Z demographic saying that a company's accessibility and inclusion were at the top of their wish list. And 87% of those candidates looking for work said that a company's disability and inclusive hiring program was at the top of their wish list. So creating a neurodiversity hiring program and creating kind of really strong support mechanisms within your business actually not only helps retain the talent you have, but actually is a really great talent attraction indicator for you. So, okay, so we know that, neurodiversity can help bridge those skills gaps. So what are those diversity of skills? Everyone that's listening to this right now, we talk a lot within neurodiversity around, tech, STEM, people being really great attention to detail. And whilst that is absolutely true, and there's this massive, vast people out there that those roles are amazing and they can bring so much skills to those roles, there's a bigger diversity of skill sets out there. The creativeness of neurodivergent people, tenacity and resilience, novel approaches to finding solutions. And those solutions might not just be coming up with a solution to a problem, but looking at your internal processes, also helping you find solutions to becoming more accessible and inclusive in your business. That integrity, absorb and retain facts, observational skills, all of these can help bridge those skills gaps within your organizations. And one of the questions I get asked a lot when I talk about this and I talk about diversity of skills is, okay, so you're coming to our business, you're going to work with us, what jobs then should we be looking at for the neurodivergent community? And my response is always, we need to move past looking at what jobs can people do, and we need to start thinking more about what jobs do we have and how do we create accessibility across all roles. That is only when we achieve full inclusion, which I know we're all striving for. So some faces of neurodivergence, you probably recognize these these white men. We've got, Elon Musk there, Bill Gates, Richard Branson. And this is probably, our traditional view of, what neurodivergence in the workplace looks like. These are all very, very successful men, all probably with kind of what we would call that neurodivergent superpower. But, that is one tiny aspect of neurodivergence. Let's look at what kind of the neurodivergence can actually look like, a really cross-section of society. So you might not know, there's probably a few people there that are neurodivergent. So, Chris Packham, he's autistic. He talks a lot about it. He's done some great work there. But actually, Emma Watson, ADHD. We've got Ruben Selby there, which is the second along from the top. He's an autistic fashion designer. And Billie Eilish. So all of these faces that, this is what neurodivergence truly looks like. It is completely intersectional. It's not just about amazing technical skills in the male demographic. It covers so many different people and different skill sets. And this is why I encourage you all to stop, to try and move away from looking at what jobs people can do and think more about what skills do we need in our organisation and how do we access this group of talent to bring those skills in. So finally, how can you make it happen? So I suppose, I could go into this, loads of different strategies with you. This is a really short and sweet presentation. So I guess there's three key things that I'd like you to all take home with you today. So firstly, collaborate. We can't all do it ourselves. We as a supplier, and recognise that. We want to collaborate with other service providers, other suppliers, other training providers, other businesses. Only when we have true collaboration can we create true inclusion. So as a business, encourage your suppliers to collaborate. Look at, non-traditional internal collaboration. What I mean by that is, look at reverse mentoring. For those more junior level roles that you're bringing in that are neurodivergent, there's so much they can bring to your business to support inclusion from a leadership level. Look at kind of bringing those people into boards. If you really want to make a difference, you have to have a wealth of different experiences and different lived experiences. And just because a staff member is junior doesn't mean to say they can't provide so much benefit to your business. Embrace universal design. So when we talk to businesses about strategies and about hiring processes and about inclusion, what we want to do is encourage businesses to do it across the board. If you can put that universal design in place, it benefits the whole. How many people that aren't neurodivergent would really benefit from, clear and direct communication? How many people would benefit from working in a way that works for them, that flexible working? How many people would benefit from being able to have headphones in the day when they're doing a task and not be? I think that these strategies for your neurodivergent employees aren't massive, and they benefit everybody. And finally, invest. Now, I'm not saying every business, but there's definitely been times businesses have done lots of marketing and said, we've hired this a new head of diversity and inclusion, and we're going to make massive changes, and then the investment stops there. Now, if we go back to the earlier slide, in that beginning slide, the cost to businesses for losing talent, why would you not be investing at this point in creating inclusive hiring programs to attract, recruit, and retain talent in your business? Diversity and inclusion is not a charitable effort. It's a business. A business requirement. You have to be doing it if you want to get the skills to encourage innovation, increase productivity, and bring that talent in. So here's some trailblazers. So by doing this, you can, work alongside these amazing trailblazers, the likes of IBM, SAP, JP Morgan Chase & Co. All of these businesses here are part of the Autism at Work Roundtable. And when they developed their Autism at Work program, alongside that, they also did research, and they found that specifically from the autistic community, productivity rose by between 40 and 145% dependent on the role, which is a huge increase in productivity. So just on that basis, that should be enough to encourage you to want to do this and want to really look at how you can attract that neurodivergent talent into your business. So that's it from me. There's a few testimonials there. I'm not going to read them out to you. You don't want me talking through these testimonials, but anyone that does join this and does want those access to those slides, you can absolutely get in touch with me. And how to get in touch with me. So my name's Emma Kearns. You can visit our website, follow me on LinkedIn, message me on LinkedIn. And if you want to find out a little bit more about how we can work with your business, then do get in touch, because my favourite thing is talking all things neurodiversity and employment. So thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Thank you so much.